All right, go ahead and crack the bottles. It's time for a little smoke break. It's time for It's Drunken Jackson.
For each man in his time, his pain, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along the pond within his reach. Forever needed the world to want.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
All right, welcome to It's Drunken Jackson on the Comic Crusaders Network. I'm your host, Chitlin Greens and Cornbread, and it is time to get it cracking. I apologize for this being late, but hey, I wanted to make sure that I got all the content that I could and get to watch the movie of the week. It's what's it called Blue Beetle, really great freaking flick. But before we get it freaking going, let's go ahead and freaking first open up some Modelo. This is going to be some good stuff. Make sure you mix it up with your little lemon lime or whatever you got. Let's see what we got in the comments. Hey, what's going on, Dwayne Scott? What's going on, Dino? Thank you for joining with us this early and this this early and kind of this late. Just wanted to make sure that I got this out there, and especially right after I watched that new Blue Beetle movie. Yes, gotta crack it open. Um, hey man, freaking. So it was an interesting week, man. Freaking. What do we have? We had Blue Beetle, right? Which was for the first time was the first movie that actually surpassed Barbie since it came out. Now Barbie, which is already breaking open $1 billion. That's $1 billion what it can be. This movie was the first movie to surpass it and top it. Massive share at 100% of share production budget, 120 million. I think what they were saying is that just this week it was going to probably do like around 25 million by the end of the freaking week. So I'll go quickly right into what I thought about it. It was absolutely freaking great. I was over there fighting with some of the other comic crusaders on what show are they? What's their garbage ass show doing? Called Six Element of Hip Hop. They got a garbage show over there. Nah, I'm just playing. And they were like, "Oh, it's comparable to Black Panther." No, it is not. Black Panther compared to this movie was absolutely freaking garbage. And I'm talking about cultural wise, right? Um, Black Panther was a superhero movie that just happened to happen inside of Africa. It didn't really have a lot of African elements to it. You know, they tried to when they tried to do it African, it was not part of any African that any African would have recognized at any point. But this Blue Beetle movie, took it through some of that Latino, that Mexican culture, took it through uh, the Yaquis culture, man. Freaking, it was very steeped in it and knew where it wanted to go, and it freaking stayed there. And you know what was kind of funny is because I keep messing with DC about that Green Lantern burrito culture, that burrito cover. They stayed away from that, making food a whole big thing, right? They had a quick scene, and then they were like, all right, let's move on. But they stayed in the Mexican TV, the Mexican telenovelas, the music. They stay right there, and they use it as a driver to set the vibe for that whole movie. And it was just great to see. Even they named some of the great places that was a very good had a good influence on this freaking movie. So that's just good. So I'm gonna move on until see some of the other guys see if they show up. Once again, it's early, so don't know if they're going to show up, but I did want to get this out before Beyond Wednesday started. Definitely go over to McGlade's show. And I don't know if House of Stein is going to be doing it as well, but definitely I think they're doing it at 10 p.m. So once 10 p.m. hits, make sure you subscribe, make a bookmark, and head on over there at 10 p.m. But we're going to try to get done way before that. So in the meantime, who do we have? Just speak of the devil, and he shall appear. There he is. His name is now Chico Bunker, also known as Blind Adam.
Don't you know what? Chico Bunker essay is only available on Wednesday nights at Awesome Sauce Radio Home.
Oh, Captain Gringo. Captain Gringo.
You know what? Don't believe everything Almega says.
Is that who wrote this? Al wrote that.
Yep.
Chico Bunker. Captain
Yeah,
Gringo?
here's Chico Bunker because I said essay on the show and people started telling me I was racist.
Yeah, because the only people that say essay are old 1980s freaking Chico freaking Mexican game.
I was watching Cheech and Chong, and I watched old school Eddie Guerrero promos, so it was in my head for some reason.
Yeah, don't say that shit because that means think about it, it's an old 80s Mexican gang banger thing, and you threw that at a 2023 Puerto Rican, if I'm not mistaken, that's what Al is, who lives in like the upper northeast. So yeah, that's not a good.
He left his ass off.
You know. Hey, what's going on, Danger Room Comics? Hey, what's going on, man? And Comic Collector. Once again, we are sorry that we are late, but I want.
Hey, Lucas, I'll be back in 1 second. I just need to talk to my dog walker for a minute.
Okay, man. All right, go ahead, man. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that we got this in, man. So I'm definitely getting to the most interesting piece of the week. But I do have some other things to talk about first. And of course, the dirty man himself just walked away, but looks like Sumerian Comics, they're still doing some of these properties that are out there. Let's see. You switch this. How do we switch this around? There we go. They are going to have Basic Instinct, the comic book. I don't know how that's going to freaking roll, but that's going to be definitely interesting to me. And I kind of want to see this. A lot of these 80s IP properties that are out there, they're going to start doing comics. So they already did. They're going to do American Psycho.
What's doing comic? What's getting?
So Sumerian Comics, Sumerian Comics, I think it was a couple weeks ago, they announced that they were going to do American Psycho as a comic book. Now, this week, they announced that they were going to do Basic Instinct.
Basic Instinct as a comic book?
Yes. So if you were a teenager during the 80s, it doesn't get any better than this, man. That's because this is what dismounted any type of horror or any type of comedy. This would set the role for all these crazy drama movies that happened during the 80s, and they were freaking great, to include Indecent Proposal, two white chicks or something like that. I forget what it was. But yeah, there was just a roll of freaking dramas that was, and Basic Instinct was one of them. That one scene where you got all these cops, right? And it's a stressful situation, and they're trying to badger her into giving them information, and she just takes power over the whole room with just a quick movement of her legs. Boom, that was it. That set the rest of the 80s on fire. So to see them doing this is absolutely a freaking great idea. Do I like the fact that it's done by Sumerian Comics? Not necessarily. I would have preferred it by like maybe Dark Horse, or even IDW,
or Boom, or IDW, or even IDW.
Yeah, I mean, it being done by Sumerian until they cut their teeth a little bit more. It's like it didn't even happen right.
Maybe this is the kick in the balls that they need.
Ooh, look at this. Dwayne Scott makes a really good clue. I mean, really good. That there's a one scene in Basic Instinct where she basically tied Hank Pym up and rocked his and rocked. So for those that don't remember that scene, yeah, you need to go back and watch that,
You know what?
and you will
I'll look.
after that.
I think I know what scene he's talking about.
Yeah, you will
I'll
go
definitely
back and
report
you will
on
go
the
back to
video.
your whole house and start hiding. If you have a wife or any type of female, you will go back and start hiding all those shiny, sharp objects in your fucking house.
Hell yeah! I mean, this is the movie where housewives are just like, they all got like bold and started getting empowered and shit after this movie came out.
Yeah, and that as they should be, man. I mean, I loved it. I love the fact that they were finally showing female empowerment instead of just showing females as victims. There was that. This is the first time that, as a country, we could actually conceptualize that there was a female who wasn't necessarily all out batshit crazy, and that she was out able to manipulate the legal system toward her in order to do not just be bad, but to do all this other stuff. So this is one of the movies that set it off right here, and I absolutely freaking love it. Manny the comic collector is saying, "Hey, let me tell you, people in
What's up,
San
Manny?
Diego, yeah, he's saying that hey, people in San Diego are acting crazy right now. They're buying up all the water, acting like Hurricane Hillary is going to hit us. I have not seen the track. I've seen that it's going to hit at least with a level 4, I believe. I think I saw it level 4.
Level 4 isn't that? It's not good, but it's not that bad. I mean, I'm sure people of Florida are laughing their asses off right now.
Yeah, it was supposed to be at least a level 4 in Baja California, which is that little nugget that's right above the border into maybe Oceanside, and then a little bit below in New Mexico. So that's where
So is that closer to San Diego or closer to LA?
Yeah, LA is maybe 6 hours away from what the last tracks I seen, but the last tracks I saw was yesterday, so I'm not checking if there's anything that changed.
Just
but
weird
no,
weather overall this year, man.
Yeah, I mean it's always good to have water and toilet paper. You know, what I mean, just in case freaking shit.
You got to have pee-pee for your bunghole.
Yeah, because I remember during the COVID, man, that was the thing that happened, man. People, bought up all
People
the
just like be like, I need TP for my bunghole.
yeah. I mean,
and they were buying that
well,
stuff.
so but
style.
I mean, but the thing is, people were like pissed off at the fact that people had a lot of toilet paper. But you know what, man? Freaking, it actually makes sense because of two things. Number one, if you had a family of 2 or 3 or 4 people, and you were going to be home instead of being in work or school like you normally would be, then you're going to be using more toilet paper. Yep. Number 2 is that the symptoms for COVID, one of those was diarrhea. So a lot of people were going to have these shit. Yeah, they want shitting their freaking brains out on that one. Let's see. Will there be a Beaver cover? Don't know. I haven't seen. I think I've only seen 2 or 3 covers. I haven't seen any of the symptoms just yet. And then Liger Sal is asking for a 1/100 uncost leg variant. I think somebody from Drunken Chat needs to freaking call them up and see if they are doing any retail assistance for that one, right?
That would be cool.
Little instead of all these little titty books, how about some little beaver books? Yeah, freaking.
That would work.
Cross.
You can never get enough titty books, but because titties are gifts from God. Recognize?
So there's titty, So there's titty books, and then there's kitty books, right? So I think they talked about this on the top 10 last night. Historia, Amazon, it's Wonder Woman, Historia, Amazon, something like that. Wonder Woman, Historia, the Amazon. Yeah, so
it was also
James Gunn,
on the cover price top 10 as well.
Yeah, James Gunn talked about it. We talked about it here months ago because it is an interesting read, and I told people that this is somewhere where the DC universe should probably go, right? Instead of because we love Gal Gadot, right? We love that she's Wonder Woman, but they could probably flesh out what the heck is going on inside the Amazons right now. Flesh out why they're there and all that other stuff. Because when old boy showed up to get that big ass fucking mother cube, and he just basically ran shot through the whole thing. I didn't shed a tear. I didn't feel nothing. I didn't care. There's all those Amazons that freaking died. I didn't care because we had not really had any more history into who those women were. But there's Wonder Woman Historia, the Amazons plus some of these other stories that are coming later, which goes into the Nubians and some of the other tribes of the Amazons, are really, really good. And I would really like to see them live action, maybe even a TV show. Heck, why not, right? I, I don't know if you guys remember Zelda and Hercules, like from back in the day during the early
Xena?
90s. Yeah. Was it Xena?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xena. Yeah, Xena.
Xena Warrior Princess and shit. Man.
Exactly. Those were amazing. Those were awesome. I didn't pull together later till later on that they were probably lesbians. I it just wasn't the thing.
Aren't the Wonder Woman Amazons lesbians too?
Some of them are, not necessarily all of them. But then again, there's just no men that are like on the island. It's just not a thing. They are aware of men as part of the Olympus gods thing, but there's just no men on there. So regardless of what's going on, James Gunn, he's pointing to this. He's not necessarily saying that he's going to make this a project, but he is.
He just held a picture up of it on Twitter.
Yeah. So what's interesting on his Twitter, he pointed to the cover A, but there was a 1/25 that's out there. There's one that's like $150. Nobody's freaking bought it yet. I'm thinking about buying it, but I just don't know if this is the one, because
I even forgot about it. He mentioned it in the chat in the top 10
yeah,
last month.
right. And then there's cover B's and cover C's 1/25 that's out there, and those actually do have actual first appearances. So you got to kind of pick your poison on that one.
Yeah, but do you think with all the DC stuff going on, being announced or teased right now, do you think all this is going to be materialized in some way, shape, or form, or is this just some of it just being red herrings at the moment?
It's going to be red herrings, and I'll tell you why. Because now they've had two powerhouse freaking successes in a row, right? They just had Barbie, right?
Yep.
That was a one important joint, and then it went over $1 billion. That's $1 billion with a B, right? And then they just also had Blue Beetle, which is doing really well out the gate at 25 million this weekend.
Still need to go see it.
It's good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So there's two very close things that they have in relation, is that there's a culture around Barbie. There's a Latino culture that is around Blue Beetle. So there is a interest from people that it relates to that want to go see it. So a lot of women that related to Barbie and had Barbies and whatever, they wanted to go see Barbie. And then the people that are Latinos or had an interest, Latinos and people who are interested in superhero movies, period, or want to go see Blue Beetle.
Members of the Latino community got into comics because of this character.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody that would necessarily say that, right? But they do like the fact that this is a thing, right? They do like the fact that, hey, this is the first Latino that's actually had a live action movie for this type of stuff, right? And it actually did really well. But now here's the thing. Now you got to pivot from this right into some of the other stuff that's coming out. Like what was it? Aquaman 3 that's supposed to be coming out at some point.
Aquaman 2, The Revenge of Amber Heard's Teared.
Jesus. I'm actually surprised that didn't pop off, man. That Amber Heard joint. What's the other DC movie that they got coming out?
See, there's that. I'm not. As far as DC stuff, I think there's that, and I don't know what's next after that.
Yeah, there's supposed to be something else, but the other movies, there's not as much
Joker
of a
2,
huge.
Maybe?
The one with Lady Gaga.
Pop stars are cutting to the comic.
The one with Lady Gaga, right? But the thing is, there's not that much of a Lady Gaga's time kind of came and went, right? People are not hot and bothered for Lady Gaga.
You can stay here.
Now Taylor Swift,
Taylor Swift's gonna be playing Dazzler allegedly.
Mm-hmm. So I could see the Swifties being all down for seeing any type of thing she's done. Right?
I said it in the chat last night, both on Nearing Madonna and Hot 10. Do not underestimate the power of the Swifties.
Do not.
I
Do
mean,
not, because if they're pissed off that they can't get her concert tickets for cheap, and that enacts act Congress to freaking do an investigation, then yeah,
oh
definitely
yeah,
bring that
I
on the
mean,
investigation.
there are girls between the ages of 18 and 25 that will do some kinky, crazy stuff for Taylor Swift tickets. Don't ask me how I know that, but I do. Ain't that right, puppy dog? Ain't that right? You can't. Good thing you can't tell my secrets, right?
Let's see. The Wings guys talking about people went into horror mode with that toilet paper. Man, he says it took him 2 hours, 2 damn hours to find freaking water. God
Wow.
Damn. See?
All kidding, Manny. I hope you're safe, and I hope that everything passes you, brother. But everyone out in Southern Cali, you'll be in my thoughts and prayers, and I hope you guys are going to be safe, man.
Dewey's kind of says we still don't know who the baby's daddy is for Wonder Woman's daughter. He's talking about Trinity. That is a book that people have absolutely forgotten. It's only been out for 3 weeks, and people have already forgotten
Maybe
about
3, give or take.
Yeah. 5 likes. Hit the help the video. Absolutely, please do. I am. Dwayne Scott says he's Taylor's manager. Blind Adam.
Testify. I would accept that.
But the thing that I got up is Hello Kitty.
Oh my God, they're gonna do something with Hello Kitty.
Yes. So the movie, the company that owns Hello Kitty, I think it's like IRO or something like that. They have decided that they are going to do stuff with their property, and one of those properties that people are going to actually want to see is Hello Kitty. That's going to be interesting. And we're not talking about, they're going to do more live or animation. They're going to do live action. Live action.
Are you going
movies.
to animate Hello Kitty?
I don't know, man. I don't know. That's going to be crazy. But the only animation joint that comes out of that area that I would actually want to see live action is there's this one joint called Agrasuko, who is this kitty cat who works in an office. She works an office job and everything, and she's just the nicest girl. But then at night, she goes to a karaoke bar and then she sings her fucking heart out, but she sings like heavy metal karaoke stuff.
All right.
It's fucking amazing stuff. Yeah, man, that's going to be interesting. The problem is that
they do it live action. I hope they do it good because there's been a lot of things that animated properties over the years that they tried to do live action and it made me go, why?
Hey, it's a sign. It's a sign of success, though.
Yogi Bear, the Smurfs, Alvin and the Chipmunks, which almost ruined Jason Lee's career. I mean, what's up with that? I'll give Hello Kitty, but if it gives Hello Kitty a new audience and I can sell more Hello Kitty stuff, I'm all for it.
Yeah. The thing is, I don't know if there's any actual Hello Kitty comics. I've seen coloring books, I've seen hardcover books and softcover books, but no actual freaking comics to be collectible. And I'm pretty sure there's actual like other collectibles like hardcores, like stickers and dolls and all the other stuff, but I'm not sure if there's any actual comic books that are out there
yet. There's like a shit ton of dolls.
Uh-oh.
There
he is.
Am I late? Am I on time?
It's the hardest working man in comic book podcast today. The man on the bass guitar, Aaron E. What's up?
He's trying to be on like 10 freaking podcasts this week.
I was trying to do the hat shirt yesterday. I was on Nearing. I was on the Hot 10, and I was hoping to complete it with Drunken Chat. But I guess we're doing a the hangover chat. Is that what we're calling this episode?
Oh no, I just started drinking. I haven't drunk all weekend. This is my first, and this is beer, by the way. It's a little limited, so
it's a pregame chat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I can listen to you guys when you go on beyond Wednesdays at 10, I guess, and then
it'll probably be late. So.
And then
isn't the Modern Comic Mayhem always like a half an hour late anyway? Give or take. By the
Yes,
time you guys,
I'm just gonna.
by the time you guys go on, and by the time the sesh gets done.
Oh, so if you're if you're talking about the start time versus when the session's time starts versus when we actually start,
Yeah.
That's normal, man.
yeah, I mean that could literally be an hour.
Yeah, when you get a bunch of drunkies and freaking alcoholics and freaking drug addicts
Stoners and
together, man, time is relative, right?
yeah,
We do
it
not
def-
know the meaning of space and time.
yeah. But I was when we were chatting about it in our group chat when we're gonna start or whatever, or when we wanted to start, I guess this session, I started clipping. I was working on clipping videos from last night's nearing because I guess we had a couple funny moments and stuff like that. So
Hey, time is all good, man.
yeah.
Manny Climate Collector says, besides the Wonder Drama, he was able to buy 5 blister packs and 1 starter deck of Lorcana.
Nice.
Now, you guys have been talking about Lorcana in the Instagram chats like all week, man. And this is kind of yeah. So this is crazy, man, because this is something that I had brought up 2 years ago
Mm.
when it was that Disney. What was that Disney thing that was in Florida or whatever? And I was like, "This, what the fuck is this?" Right? And I was like, "No, this is not going to happen. This is not going to be a thing." It turned out I was a fucking liar, and it's just fucking blowing up.
Well, it almost became not a thing just because of a legal standpoint, right? Like Upper Deck was is trying to stop them from producing that card set, or to stop the release of it or whatever.
Why did they have a license or?
So the creators of the game used to work for of the creators of Lorcana used to work at Upper Deck, and then Upper Deck is saying that it's very similar play, or if not the same gameplay as Lorcana, whatever the original game was. I don't know what it's called, but they obviously didn't make that big of an impact, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's gotta be something in your contract that says, okay, because I've seen contracts like that before where people are like, well, anything you think of for like the next 3 years, it belongs to us, right?
Mm.
And it doesn't matter doesn't matter what it is. All your IP stuff belongs to freaking us. So if they sign that type of thing, then yeah, that makes sense. So
yes,
I don't know.
I mean, obviously, it didn't stop the release of this game, so I don't think they won, or they probably could have settled out of court. I'm assuming, because I haven't heard much more.
Well, usually, what the smart ones do is they do a preliminary injunction before they actually, they do what do you call it, a cease and desist, right? Before, and then they let people, then they let that company keep selling, right? And then after the number becomes ridiculous, then they come in on top of that, and then they actually do the paperwork because they now have a number to say, hey, you made this much, therefore you owe us a percentage of that. You know what I mean? Because if you do it before they made any money, and say, oh yeah, we'll just settle for how much we made in the time that you did it. Here's your $100. Go fuck yourself.
Okay, always first. Okay, Upper Deck alleges copyright infringement with Disney Lorcana lawsuit after Ravensburger's motion to dismiss. After Ravensburger filed a motion to dismiss the lawsuit, Upper Deck filed against them regarding Disney Lorcana. Upper Deck amended their complaint to include multiple changes, including claims of copyright infringement. Let's see. The company is against former Upper Deck contractor and current Ravensburger Lorcana designer for stealing and copying Upper Deck's original game, which Ravensburger repackaged and marketed as Lorcana. So let's see if there's anything else. Yeah. So it sounds like it's going to. They filed this like in July and August. So.
You don't fuck with my lawyers.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, we'll see how that all pans out.
I mean, even if it doesn't, I guess even if it goes through, right, and they Lorcana stops, like the cards are already out there in the public, and people have them, so people will want them even more, right? If it becomes like a game that doesn't exist,
Yeah,
but it still exists, right? Because
exactly.
people have cases now, and like so it's. I mean, you can't. I don't think they can recall all that stuff, right? Or
Yeah,
people are going to
Even
say
when
like,
you
"Oh,
do,
I don't have," or
even
people are
when
just
you
going to
do
say,
recall a collectible, there's still going to be a portion of whatever was out there that's not going to get returned or destroyed anyway.
"Yeah,
I bet you if Disney really wanted to, they could just buy all of Upper Deck.
probably."
Oh boy, you're going to make me open up a fucking wallet?
But do they have enough capital for that?
I
I
can
mean,
open
they're not paying the writers right now, so they probably could.
Oh, that's true.
You know,
Yeah.
they're cutting back on a bunch of shows. They need to cut back on some of these fucking comic books. You know, there's no reason for that 20 freaking titles should be coming out in one fucking week, man. Nobody's reading that damn much. I mean, do I really need 6 titles of Spider-Man?
Hell's no. Yeah, I'm not the only one who was thinking that this week.
Jesus.
Oh, and then at the end of this article or whatever that I'm reading says Lesko predicts Ravensburg and Miller will file another motion to dismiss with a similar waste of time jurisdiction argument. He doesn't believe Upper Deck will file a motion for preliminary injunction, which would delay Disney's Lorcana release. So, I mean, and then it got released during Gen Con and all that. And, now it's public release to shops. And I think retail stores get it September, like Best Buy and
So there's going to be like is there going to be like 101s and 150s and all that dumb shit and negative variants and all that?
No, I don't think they're doing numbered sequence cards. Probably not yet, but they are doing. They do have. What I think Josh was telling me that they have like 12 different alt art cards where it's like all foiled, but the card is different, or the card has different art on it. Yeah, so I don't think they're doing the numbered cards yet.
Okay, so here's the big question for this week, Aaron. Have you yet seen Blue Beetle?
I have not seen it yet.
You have not seen it yet. Okay. Well, let me roll this back to. Did you see Shang-Chi?
I did see Shang-Chi.
What did you? As I am thinking, I don't want to pretense. I don't want to assume that you are Asian.
I am Chinese. Yes,
You are Chinese. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you think of Shang-Chi at the time?
I enjoyed it actually.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Did it get you? Did you feel like you were related to it? Like it kind of hit home and some of the cultural edges? Like I saw when they were talking about the disappointment in the family members. Like, hey, you should be doing this and that. I get that. I've heard that before, but
yeah, I could definitely relate to that because like I felt the similarity to that, right? Like I didn't always have the job or career I have currently. Like I always worked like delivering pizzas. I worked at Starbucks, like all kinds of jobs, right? And so I kind of felt that like, oh, as a car attendant, I'm not living up to my full potential, family potential or whatever. And I could hear it from my family every so often. So I guess I could definitely relate to that as an Asian American.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, so I did feel that sense of connection to that, and then I got to enjoy seeing a Marvel character in a live action film.
Yeah. So that was the only thing that I felt was like truly aimed. That was the only like thing that was truly aimed at trying to relate to like Asian Americans. That was after that I just went off to some
went off to
fantasy
see
world
a fantasy tangent. Like
I was like, oh good lord, man.
So I mean, so what was that like?
It had a good message at the end.
I mean, but for that part to relate to it, it was like what, maybe like the first 30 minutes of
10
the
minutes.
movie.
It was the first 10
It's 10
minutes,
minutes.
like,
Yeah.
Lord.
And then
There was,
after that it went to like some crazy fantasy like world, right?
yeah. And it
Yeah.
was like, and that's where, like, that's how, I mean, it related to fucking Black Panther, right? It was like, but even Black Panther didn't really have that 10 of, um, which it should have had. It was like, hey, you didn't freaking live up to your parents' expectations. They could have freaking went down that, and then, but then it was supposed to be in Africa, but it didn't feel like it was actually based on any type of actual Africa, that anything that I've ever seen or have ever known.
You're breaking
And
my
then
heart. You're telling me that Wakanda's not a real country in
it is not a
Africa?
real, it is not real country. We did not choose our governors by fighting in a waterfall, singing and dancing,
You mean
Oh, well, do you remember?
Wakanda and Liberia are both not real countries? Son of a bitch.
Well, do you remember how many people were looking up like how much is a like
trip
on
to
Google
Wakanda.
yeah, how much does a trip to Wakanda cost or whatever? like tons of,
People are looking that up.
oh no, like when Black Panther came out,
Yeah.
yes, that was a trending search or whatever. So yeah,
Hey, it is what it is, right? Like,
dude, if I was a airline company, I would totally like fuck with people and like have
there should
like
be a Disney World Africa, right? Where you can go and you can fucking live your fucking real fantasy freaking life. If you want to make a spear, just like you can make a Star Wars saber, you can make your little fucking make your spears and shit, right? Or if you want to make a freaking, like a daishiki or whatever, or like some of that cloth, you can go there and fucking make yourself. You know what I mean? See, Disney, you're fucking up. You're fucking up. You should have did that shit.
Get your face like traditionally painted, like in the.
Oh, see, that's where you don't want to do that, because actual traditions is we don't paint ourselves. Once you freaking get into your first fucking battle war, you get a fucking battle scar. Fucking scar comes across your fucking face.
Oh, okay.
Motherfuckers don't know that shit. Right?
Actual battle scar and paint this. That's how that works.
You ask Lucas at the full lip, he might just be saying that there is. So I will say, so when it comes to like hitting cities, right? I will say this is that, and I think I've talked about this on this show before, maybe like 2 years ago, and there was an actual comic book that tried to address it. There used to be a city. It was like Ogoni City. There was like a hidden city, but it was spread out. It was like a country. It was like a kingdom. Excuse me. It was Oyo Kingdom, and it was spread out amongst like 5 different. So there was like kingdoms, other different kingdoms inside it, but those kingdoms were like surrounding that stuff, and people had just gotten used to it. When the colonists came, they were trying to deal with the ones that were inside, but they were too scared to deal with them because the motherfuckers that were out on the outside were the ones that were actually ruling the shit, right? So they said, "Okay, we'll be right back." So they came back. They came back with these guns and shit. They came up and they tried to bring them off the ships. As soon as they brought them off the ships, that outside kingdom, the Oyo Kingdom, fucking just killed everybody. Just killed them all, right? So the one guy that survived, he went back. He's like, "Hey, there's some crazy shit going on. We need to freaking roll back." They rolled back, but they rolled back with the stuff like hitting in these trunks and just like hitting and shit, right? In the meantime, like they had spies that were at the ports just watching shit, and they're like, "Oh, that looks kind of freaking weird. You need this for what?" These are okay. Hold up. They freaking killed half of those guys, but the ones that did live, they were able to use those freaking huge cannons. They dispersed the rest of the freaking that one tribe. We don't know where the one tribe is. We don't know where that one emperor is. We don't know where the fuck he's at. But we do have like some of his like statues and golden statues and all types of crazy stuff. Now that's a freaking story, and I think that's what maybe Wakanda was. They were trying to base them off of that crazy ass story. But it's just so wackadoodle the way they freaking do it, and the only material that they have to go off of is what's been going on inside the Black Panther comics, which have been whack. Taking every chance they can to freaking send them off into like or in space, or like having them fight some weird battle in America for some freaking reason. But it is what it is, right?
Yeah.
So The reason why I brought up Shang-Chi and Black Panther is because this was supposed to be the Black Panther for Latinos, and I will tell you this: Black Panther is the movie is a superhero who whose country just happens to be in Wakanda, right? There is no cultural relationship to Wakanda and anything that I know of in Africa. But when I looked at this freaking movie right here, they brought half of the movie is in Spanish. Most of the music, I would say 80% of the music, Spanish freaking songs. The movie, even the movies and TVs that they had on the TV and everything, was freaking actual like Mexican freaking stuff. When they talked about when they were, how we will talk about remember that thing from The Office, yeah. And you go to work and they tell, hey, you remember that thing from The Office when he did that? And no, they talk about telenovelas, right? We can relate how things go. So man,
sweet.
that was huge, and that's half the movie, and that's freaking and people are like, well, was Jordan Lopez fucking funny? He wasn't just funny; he was
George
culturally
Lopez
funny.
is fucking funny.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he's not. He wasn't just funny; he was culturally funny. Like he brought that freaking cultural freaking tint to it, and he was amazing. All the actors were freaking amazing. Music was
Well,
freaking amazing. Just
well,
good stuff all around.
well, wasn't the initial like critics review like kind of down on it, and then now that like all the critics and now audience members are saying it, it's like pretty much they're both like positive, like on the Rotten Tomato reviews and everything for it.
Yeah, yeah. I was just watching a show on my own channel, Comic Crusaders, with some freaking weirdos, right? One white guy and two black guys. And the two black guys hadn't even freaking watched the freaking movie yet. And the
Hmm.
one white guy was like, "Oh, it was too tropey," and I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about, man? What
Uh,
tropes are you freaking talking about?" It was, and he couldn't even get the story straight of what was happening in the freaking movie, man. And we were like, and when they asked him, like, "Hey, man, what were there any Easter eggs in there?" He was like, "No, there's no Easter eggs." Like, what the fuck are you talking about? I can understand. He could have just said, I don't know, which would have been fine. But there's a lot of stuff that in there that is Spanish culturally funny that relates to the rest of the DC universe. You just gotta be. It's the inside Mexican jokes to understand what the heck is going on, man.
So
So
they didn't
that's
have someone eating tacos on the moon.
no, they did not.
okay.
They had a very quick scene of old boy eating a burrito, and then or actually I'm not sure it was a burrito or freaking taco. It might have been just a regular freaking
How
taco.
come it
And then
wasn't a
What?
that was it.
chimichanga, right?
That was it. It was like, hey, it was like they learned the lesson. Like, hey, let's not build this whole culture around freaking food. And
I don't know. I don't know. I think
Oh,
you gotta make
so
Chico Bunker come out, man.
so he wasn't wearing a Green Lantern ring while eating a taco. Then is what you're telling me.
No, he was not. No, he was not.
Hey,
And have you
man.
seen?
That's going too far, essay.
Have you seen?
They were trying doing that.
Now, yeah, don't.
They
Don't
were
do
trying
that.
to do that cover, That's
Yeah, they
DC.
tried to do. Yeah, they tried to redo the cover. They got another Latino heritage cover, Green Lantern cover, and but he's not on the moon or anything weird shit like that. He's not. He doesn't have a bag full of tamales or any weird shit like that. So
That's good. So at least they somewhat learned their lesson, I guess. If
they,
I don't know how much
hey,
DC movies are related to the comics, but
I'm gonna have to do a Matrix, still an Ultra Matrix, and we can do a whole bunch of Latino heritage covers where they're just sitting around the table or they're just doing nothing but eating, and that's them celebrating their
Is
culture.
that gonna be
Like,
like?
come on,
Isn't
man.
that gonna be
well,
like
they
50%? Right?
they did that for the Chinese New Year covers one year for the Marvel, like where it's nothing but like everyone eating like dim sum or whatever, like just eating food, and it's like kind of like okay.
Fucking weirdos, man. That's a damn shame, man. They got nothing else to fucking do with that, man. But
Yeah.
so the next thing, so moving on because once again we don't want to necessarily, unless anybody has any questions about the movie, I don't want to necessarily spoil it.
But
But
but you would recommend to see it in theaters instead of waiting for Max to show it?
absolutely, because
On a scale of
especially
1 to
especially
1
if
to 5,
yeah, especially if you're Latino, right? Because the music actually definitely sets the mood for the freaking movie, right?
Nice.
If you know the songs, you're gonna freaking love the vibe that it puts on a freaking fucking movie, and you're probably not gonna be able to freaking duplicate that in your freaking house. I don't care how good your damn freaking your stereo freaking joint is. Right?
Okay.
You're just not gonna be able to replicate it. So definitely freaking go see it in the theater.
Nice.
Okay.
Aaron, you are probably too young to remember this freaking movie from the
What
80s.
when Sharon
Base,
Stone opens her legs and like while being interviewed?
Basic Instinct.
Okay. To be fair, I didn't see it as a kid, but
Yeah,
I
but
did
he
see
knows.
it.
But everybody knows
As,
that's the movie,
so
right?
yeah, I mean, I did watch the movie like I guess in high school at some point in time, or I think.
In high school, that's what they do when freaking showing NC-17 movies.
I mean, I mean, not in high school, but like while I was in high school, I think I probably watched the movie by that time.
Yeah.
By that point.
But yeah, so Sumerian, they're going to have a comic book. This follows their announcement that they're going to do American Psycho as well.
I'm
So
excited for the American Psycho one.
yeah, I mean they look good. In fact I got to check and see if I actually got the incentives for that one. But yeah, man, freaking this is going to be interesting. This is the most out of the two. Basic Instinct is definitely the one that I definitely remember and definitely love. Even though American Psycho, Basic Instinct, they're on different levels, different genres, but no.
I'm all about the American Psycho. This is a business card for Patrick Bateman.
Egg
yeah,
White
yeah.
Shell, right?
Nice.
Yeah,
Where'd you
yeah.
get
Egg White
that
Shell.
at?
But the color is actually bone, and then the text is I forget, Sicilian something.
That's nice. Excuse me, Aaron, where'd you get that at?
I bought it off of eBay, but like the bandbox or something like that, they had that as one of their mystery prizes that you could get, or
Oh, cool.
like years ago, and then I knew people wouldn't want that, so they whatever individual items they didn't want, they would just list them on eBay. So I got it for
Oh, okay. That's what.
well, I got it for like less than $10. Like,
That's awesome.
yeah.
Yep. Let's see.
Oh, but I know for the American Psycho one, it's supposed to be like a sequel. Is the Basic Instinct one doing kind of the same thing?
As
Like
far as what?
Where it follows like right after the movie.
That I don't know.
Okay.
That I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the thing to see.
Yeah.
Hello Kitty. I know that's one of your favorite manga freaking imports. They're the company that does Hello Kitty or owns Hello Kitty is planning on doing some live action movies with most of their freaking properties. They haven't an announcement. They have not made an announcement that they're doing Hello Kitty, but it is the most logical IP that they should turn into something, right?
Well, do you think they're building it up to Hello Kitty? Because like
it should be like a shared universe of a whole bunch of different characters and Hello Kitty.
Yeah, or that they're building, like they're testing the waters, right? To see like, hey, like some of these other obscure characters, let's see how this does before we just put all of our eggs in one basket to Hello Kitty.
They could be, but here's what I think.
Why not just go for broke?
Here's the deal, right? Here's what we know. You've had within the last 5 months, you've had Super Mario Brothers go wild. Then you had Barbie go 1 point something billion, right?
Oh wow,
with a B, right?
Yeah.
So if you were a toy maker or you got a toy property that's out there that's just sitting there, and there's a lot more people that internationally know your brand, probably more than Barbie. Why not try and take advantage of that? Especially amongst what people are saying is superhero fatigue, right?
Yeah.
I
can't wait to see the Rubik's Cube movie, man.
Yeah, they're doing that, and they're supposed to be doing an Uno one, and
what?
Yeah. Oh, are they doing a Connect 4?
The card game?
No. So got to remember they already did a Mousetrap.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was a good movie. It didn't do well, right? Because people don't know what it is, but Mousetrap is a good movie. And there's another one that's out there. I forget what the movie is. Is Hide and Seek? Yeah, Hide and Seek.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Hide and Seek was once again a good movie, but once again it just didn't do well because for whatever
So
reason.
I hope they do a remake of Clue then, like Colonel Mustard and
They? I thought they did do a Clue. They might have done a
they
Clue.
they def, they did Clue a long time ago, right? That was like
Or where are they expect? Let's see. Clue 2023. Oh, see, that's why can't be drinking Modelo.
The whiskey drunken chat computer says.
Clue movie 2023 release date.
oh, so they're doing
It
another
was
one.
It was originally set to be released in November 2023, but was recently one of Paramount's projects to be delayed. It will now arrive in doesn't have a date here.
Because didn't
Oh,
they do a Clue
not
movie
until
back in the day?
2024.
Yeah, they did one
Yes,
in
they did.
'85. Yeah,
Yeah.
But it was kind of goofy though.
yeah. I wouldn't expect too much from something from the '80s.
Like, hey, you gotta murder somebody. Don't be trying to make fun of that shit. You can go hard. All right. So some of the I don't know what everybody's tracking, but for me, this was the book that I have been waiting for. Death of Venomverse. Um, Kid Venom.
Kid Venom.
Yeah, his
Uh-oh.
first appearance. In the
Full splash
meantime,
page, and character name at the bottom. Is
and
it
he
a full?
talks.
Nice.
Is it a
It
full
is a
appearance?
full
Then?
because he does talk. There is a story in it.
Okay.
Page, he's in it. He's not in the whole thing as Venom.
Okay.
But he
You see the origin of how he becomes Venom kind of situation.
yes.
Okay.
Mhm. Well, not really. You see, I would say no. I would say no, but
You
do
see the
him as
transformation.
you see the transformation, but as you can see on this one right here, he's not full Venom. On the
Okay.
cover, he's Venom, but in the actual panel, he's not full Venom. So that means that the next Death of the Universe, Venomverse, he'll make his full end story, full Venom appearance.
Mm.
What the fuck you
That's
doing? What the fuck you doing?
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna end up being like what it's almost. I would compare this to being like the Bishop full appearance, right? Where you have the last page where he's Bishop introduced, character name at the bottom. He's on the cover as well, and then 283 is the first full appearance, right?
Yeah.
But everyone still wants a 282. So
Yeah.
I would expect people to want this book if they care about Kid Venom. But I would assume it's appealing to the same crowd as Spider Boy, right?
Yeah. So there we go. So we got two Kid Venoms running around. There's this one and Necro running around. So
Oh, the Sailor Moon character that's a symbiote.
Yeah. But this is the death of the Venomverse, right? So they're killing these characters off, or Carnage is trying to kill these characters off. As you can see, he kills Dylan or one of the Dylans that's out there. So we'll see how this freaking punt pans out. And I think that was that. Once again, we're not going to try and go all night. We're just going to get into some of this stuff really quickly. Because the main man, Aaron, has freaking got some. What's my puppet?
No, I gotta walk the dog before Modern Comic Mayhem, and I should probably eat something.
Amazing Spider-Man number 34, 1/100, J.R. John Romita Jr. Virgin. It's going to be on the thing.
That's not a bad looking cover for JR.
It's not.
I would actually argue that's pretty good.
Where we at? Here we go. Alpha Flight number 2, Dan Panosian, homage. People have been kind of liking what they've been doing with Stillbird. There's that 150 where it's not it's she's got a cute face and everything, but the front meat,
the Art Adams. You're talking about the Art Adams cover, the 1 in 50, right?
Uh-huh.
the eyes is what throws me off on that.
Big eyes, big tits. There you go.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin, number
Perfect
one, cover
combination, man.
B. Batman and Robin, number one, cover B, Stanley Art Journal, Lau.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
I forget
That's
what, I forget what her name is. Something Rabbit. Is it Jack Rabbit? No, I forget what her name is. Then there's a Batman Superman World's Finest number 20, cover C, the McGuck helmet embossed foil variant going for $4.99. Batman and Robin number one, cover C, Kalangu.
that's a pretty cool cover. Doesn't make me interested in reading it though.
No.
Oh, I did read Night Terror. The
Which
Joker,
one?
The Joker
Which
one.
What did you think?
I liked it. It was like a really good read, actually. When I heard the premise, I was like, kind of like, okay, that sounds kind of cheesy, but let's see how they lead up to it and get to
But
it.
the problem is, it's already over already.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
already
it's
over.
only-
I'm like, they still got titles, Night Terror comics coming up, but it's the whole story's over. They've already beaten Samia already, so I don't know what.
yeah, I
I don't know
mean,
what they're
like
doing.
all these side stories or whatever, it's like kind of like the start of the dream and the conclusion. So
Yeah.
it wasn't bad for. I mean, it was something different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
Something different. But
Yeah.
it might have been better if they brought it out closer to Halloween or something like that.
oh yeah, definitely.
Unless their plan is, hey, let's put up the comics and then put out the hardcover
Or like an
during
ongoing
Halloween, something like that. But
or some sort of ongoing series
that would
or
make too much sense, I think.
all right, Dark X-Men number 2, 1/100, Jung Han Lee.
the neck that throws me off.
Yeah,
Oh,
looks like she's one of those African girls that got the rings and shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, and then the body proportion's weird too, right? Like,
Oh, I've definitely seen
torso.
white girls. Oh, I've definitely seen white girls with those type of torsos, man.
oh yeah,
Definitely.
that's true.
But all in latex like that, I don't know. And her belly button's kind of high and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, something's a little off.
And then Dead by Daylight number 3, cover A by Urvas. There's a cover B by Snook.
Did it say "I heart farts" on the cover?
Is it farts or fears? Yes, I love farts.
Okay.
Wait, what book is this again?
Dead by Daylight number 3, cover B by Snook.
So it looks like a yearbook picture, or like pictures, and then it looks like
Some
someone
people are
drew all over it, and then like X'd out people's faces, and then like wrote in like talking bubbles for someone to say "I heart farts."
All right, I have a few. I'm going to be buying I have a couple of those. I need to give certain members of my staff to.
Let's see. Deadpool, Better Blood, number 4, Rob Liefeld. And looks like they're bringing back this guy. I forget what this guy dude's name is, but it's like the son of Dracula or something like that. I guess they brought him back. And then there's Shadowstorm. I guess she's still a thing. I thought they killed her already. Frank Rosetta, they changed the FOC on that one. I do like this one, Green Lantern number 3, cover C, Rose Beige.
Are you gonna try to Yeah, are you gonna try to complete that whole set of the Rose Beige covers that she's been doing like that? Like the
Fuck, nah.
like the Chiba looking or chibi looking characters. and stuff like-
Chibis.
yeah.
Nah, fuck all that.
Yeah. I mean,
Huh?
there's some that look like really weird, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the better ones.
Guardians of the Galaxy number 6, Peach Momoko. With some Howard the Duck action on there. Actually looks pretty good.
Yeah, that looks like a pretty highbrow for
Peach.
Momoko.
She's been improving lately.
Fong Ji number 1, cover A by Jim Rickett from Scout Comics. Are those mushrooms fighting? Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, it looks like it's attempting to be those like Japanese samurai hats that they
It's
wear when
a
they travel.
look,
Mr.
here's the solicit. In a fantasy world inhabited by humanoid mushrooms who have built a
Oh wow.
society close to feudal Japan and ancient China, follow the adventures of a band of outcasts who journey across an epic landscape in an heroic quest for forgiveness, revenge, and honor. So,
So
samurai mushrooms.
you might have to eat mushrooms while reading it.
Oh man.
I can pop my mushroom cherry.
Mech Cadets number 2, cover A by Miyazawa and Herring. Have you watched any of the animation yet,
I
Aaron?
haven't had a chance yet.
for Mech Cadets.
Yeah.
Or- I
I
know.
know people say that they don't like the animation, but the story is actually pretty good, man. It's if you like kaijus and all that other shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on? I'm guessing it's on Netflix. Is
Yep.
that what it is?
Mhm.
Okay. I might need to subscribe to Netflix again then. I was using someone else's account for a long time, and
Then
then
they cut that shit off. Yeah.
yeah, I finally got the notice like you're not on their subnet or whatever.
Let's see. Something Epic number 5, cover B by Kondransky. I'm not sure what this is a homage to.
Is it Hook?
You know what? You might be right because it's got the little pirate shit right there.
Ring me, Peter Pan.
And then here we go. This is going to be everybody's favorite. Something Epic number 5, cover C by Kondransky.
The,
Looks like it's a homage to Korn.
follow the leader, and who did that cover? It was McFarlane and Capullo.
Yep. Yeah. For the follow the leader album cover, it was McFarlane.
There's some Sonic the Hedgehog 30th anniversary action. Star Trek has got some joints coming out. Spirit World number 5. None of them were that impressive. Star Trek Day of Blood, Shax's Best Day number 1. For those that don't know, Shax is he's a quite a character on Upper Decks. Looks like they're going to give him his own little storyline.
On Upper Decks or Lower Deck?
Oh, so yeah, Lower Decks. Excuse me.
Okay.
Decks,
Oh,
lower
'cause it-
decks.
I mean, because it looks like that same
Same
drawing style. Yeah.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, the Lower Decks is in the same universe as Strange New Worlds, and 2 of the characters that were actually 4 of the characters that were in Lower Decks, they actually showed up in Strange New Worlds as live action.
Okay.
Saturday Morning Adventures, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 5. There's a 1 of 10 by Williams. And then there's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles versus Street Fighter number 4, cover A by Medell. And there's a Cardi. 1 of 50 by Beals. None of these have been piqued my interest as far as buying these, but here we are.
Yeah.
Number Traveler's Guide to Flagoria number 3, cover A by Moore. Uncanny Avengers number 2. Switch back to Mosaic. Let's see. Here's a Uncanny Spider-Man number 1, Dave Watcher, Window Shades. Once again, this is Peter Parker as Nightcrawler, apparently.
Interesting. And it's a cat cover.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Garbett.
I mean, what do you think of those kind of crossover books like this, like where they combine 2 characters and make them one?
The last one that was successful was the Weapon H cover, right? Was it Weapon
Oh,
H?
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Hulk and then we haven't seen a character since.
Yeah, I mean, and that lasted what, 2 months, 3 months, something like that.
Maybe 6 months tops, maybe.
No.
Let's see. Batman Incorporated number 12, cover A by John Timms. I really like this cover. Batman White Knight Press Generation Joker number 5. This is a Merca and Dolfo special.
Oh, that's a dope looking cover.
I have to catch up on that book.
It's almost like she like took her Mercy characters and threw it into the Batman universe.
Let's see. Well, it says Love Never Dies, now captured by the FBI. Harley Quinn has left Bryce and Jackie, that's his Joker's kids, in a grasp of Joker's other maniacal ex-girlfriend, Riot. So is this Riot? I guess that's who it is. Let's see. Then there's a bunch of Bloodborne books. I do love these Creepshow books. Volume 2, number 1. There's a cover B by Clunan. It's got like a window pane style, but it's got like the Crypt Keeper as the Virgin Mary holding a Skeletor looking baby Jesus.
Yeah, it has that.
Wait,
mosaic tile.
Skeletor putting black baby Jesus?
It's like
A
a mosaic
Skeletor
tile.
looking Virgin. Yeah, it's a Skeletor looking Virgin Mary holding a Skeletor looking baby Jesus.
Sold.
Yeah, I mean, this is the same cover that they had for San Diego Comic-Con. But the SDCC version was black and white. So it's
Really?
kind of
So
cool.
they've already come out with this cover already.
Yeah, so it was a special preview. It might have been an ash can for this, or it might have been this issue. I don't know. And so it was a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive where it's black and white. I like this version a little bit more with the full color.
Yeah, because what's the point of having a window pane if you don't have the window pane type colors in it, motherfucker?
Right. Because I mean that's the art style they're going for, right?
Yeah.
The like mosaic tile, like classic, what like before the Renaissance time period of all those like religious
What
paintings.
issue of Creepshow is that again?
What was that?
What issue of Creepshow is that again?
It is Creepshow Volume 2, number 1. And here I do have the black and white here that Aaron was talking about.
Oh, see, yeah, it is a national, so it's only part of it.
Yeah. Selling it for $40.
Interesting.
Let's see, is anybody that's got a cheaper? There's a bid it's going for 99 cents right now. So
How many days were left?
one day, 2 hours.
Oh, all right.
Pass for right now. Let's see, Creepshow Volume 2, number 1. There's also a cover by March. I think that's Gideon March. Okay, craziness. Cult of Cardass Misery, number 5. Looks like this is Anya Glee, maybe? Come on now. Here's your Star Trek Day of Blood, Shax's Best Day, cover B by Cook. Star Wars Bounty Hunter number 38, Casanova's Joy, connecting cover. Is anybody actually reading that one?
Not yet.
Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 38, there's your 40th anniversary with the Emperor falling down the shaft. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 38, there's a Star Wars Clone Wars 15th anniversary by E.M. Gist, and I forget what's the name of this character. Not Grievous. I forget what the name. It's one of the bounty hunters. He showed up in Mandalorian.
I'm drawing a blank. Aaron?
Yeah. Then there's your Star Wars Dark Droids D Squad number 1, Tom Riley, RTD2. Looks fascinating. Really good use of black background and colors.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dark Droids.
Then there's a one that I want to keep pull people's eye to. It's the Star Wars Insider number 221 foil variant. This list says it highlights I Am Your Mother, Motherhood in the Star Wars Galaxy, Star Wars Celebration Europe 2023. Insider goes behind the scenes of the Star Wars live stage, exclusive new fiction, interviews, and much more. There's new titles from Dark Horse with Star Wars hyperspace stories. There's going to be Strange Academy Moon Knight, #1 by Marta Ramos. Wildcats #11 is going to have a cover B by Leslie Laree. And then, just like Aaron was saying, Wildcats #11, there's a cover C by Rose Beige, which has a chibi type style. There's a Wolverine issue number 37. It has a cover by Kyle Nagu.
All
right. Aaron, maybe you can help me out. I'm trying to remember the name of this one freaking character. Remember what the name of this character is?
Cad Bane.
Oh, there you go, Cad Bane. Yep.
And then wasn't this the one of those covers that who E.M. Gist, right?
Yes.
Didn't he release this art or something like that, and it wasn't used for anything, but now it's being used for these comic covers? It was like this Cad Bane book and someone else, like a.
Yeah, possibly.
I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe? I don't know. I'm just
think
I'm hearing that.
Yeah, I think E.M. Gist wrote something about that. I forgot who the other character was that he had. Like, it has the same color background and everything too. But he had posted it like on his social media, and then they didn't do anything with it. Like, they didn't use it for comic cover, but now they're using it as a comic cover.
Jeez.
I mean, I think he's still getting paid for it, but like, I don't know too much more than that. Like, originally it wasn't used, but now it is.
Kenny Spider-Man #1, Scotty Young. And then I'll bring this up again for you, Aaron. This is one of the ones we were talking about. Wildcats #11. This is a Rose Beige GB special.
Nice.
Scotty Young plus Spider-Man equals money. Testify.
Yeah, but it's that Nightcrawler Spider-Man.
Yeah, so it's Scotty Young.
Yeah.
On the cover equals money. Comic book math.
Yeah. But I mean, like, is it like with Scotty Young books like that though? Do they pop like right out of the gates, or does it take? Do you think it takes
a while?
It takes a while.
It takes a while for they got to peel it off.
It's got to build up the the beat's got to build, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's always like what those Scotty Young covers over the last 5 years now that are doing decent in pricing. Like the ones that stick out to me in the most are what the Morbius one.
The Alien one, yeah, I did really well with the Alien #1.
Yeah, those did really well. Like 6 months after the release, like I was selling them for like I ordered I think I ordered like 10 or something from you, if not more. And then each one I was selling, they were selling for like $15 a pop on the low end. I think they're like what?
Man.
Yeah, I mean,
the one it's happening to me now is there's 2 books. There's the Sins of Sinister Art Germ one. That one's still popping.
I'm doing really well.
And the What If Rose Beige joint that with the pink cover. You know what I mean?
That's okay. I think.
It's let's see.
Oh, I bet you're all organized now with your new shelves, right?
I'm better organized, but I'm not as organized as I want to be. This one right here.
Oh, okay.
See if I can do it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, because she had a Miles one like that too, right?
Look at how clean that looks, man. In this light, man. Usually you can't see that shit with my freaking filter on. Look how you can freaking actually see that. Look at that. Oh wait, does I have it upside down?
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think you have it upside down. Hey, but that's how you can tell it's good art if it looks good upside down and right side up.
And got me tripping, man. But yeah, so there's Predator versus Wolverine #1. This one's actually been selling for pretty good for like the last 3 months
Nice.
since they actually announced it. There's a Mike McCone Predator variant, which is a homage to Hulk number 341. I believe that's the one it is.
340.
340? Close.
Yep.
And
Close
then
enough.
there's, yeah, Predator versus Wolverine number 1 Peach Momoko.
Not so good, Peach.
And then, so the other one was Predator in homage to 340. This one is Wolverine with an homage to 340.
I think I like this one a little. I like the Predator one, don't get me wrong. But yeah, this one's true to the homage.
And this is the Michael Cone. So this one just, the art for this one just popped as of this morning.
But that's kind of cool. It's like a mirror image of the two covers.
Yeah. They
Like,
should have made it kind of connecting. That would have been dope.
yeah.
Let's see.
It's like you're on the point of view for each of the characters, though, which is kind of cool. Like if they were pointed in the same direction, it's like okay, they weren't really trying, but then they actually took that into account that they were facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
Nick Gurr, happy birthday!
Happy birthday, man.
For my homie Nick Gurr. Nick Gurr, happy birthday! Many more years and much more money and everything, except for out of my pocket. Goddamn it! You know, bless you and many more, man. Freaking
Stay
Andy
safe,
Two-Tone
have
Frazier.
fun,
Yeah.
don't go too crazy.
Yeah. So this one is a Predator versus Wolverine number 1 Steve McNiven.
That looks like a homage too to something.
It actually looks pretty good, except for for some reason Predator looks like he's a fat boy. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I know he's big, but he looks, I don't know, kind of big.
That full mouth, that full mouth open.
Rare Flavors number 1, cover A by Andrade. Let's look at some Scarlet Couture, Munich File number 2, some Derek Chew.
Yeah, so whoever messaged Derek Chew to get his girls thicker, like I think he's doing a good job with that.
Yeah. Real women have curves, man.
Yeah.
San Julian Queen Lost World, cover B by San Julian. I have not read it, but some of these covers look amazing.
Has like that Dave Stevens like kind of vibe look to it, right?
Yeah. Sins of the Salton Sea. This one is a homage to what's the name of that Jack Nicholson movie? The Shining.
Oh, The Shining, yeah. Oh, not Dave Stevens. I meant Frazetta. That previous cover has that Frazetta kind of vibe to it.
Hey, what's going on? Good. It's good. Alchemist. Let's see what's going on with this one. Cover D photo cosplay.
Is it a cosplay to the Basic Instinct?
Close, right?
Yeah.
How come there's no like Sharon Stone photo cover? They're missing out, man.
Yeah, but it's not Sharon Stone, so.
Superman Lost number 6, cover A, Carlo Pagulian and Jason Paz. Looks like one of the Green Lantern chicks getting ready to hit the shot of freaking Superman for some fucking reason.
Yeah. Speaking of, fucking.
Got them all chained up. I don't know how I feel about this. I do know that I am tired of superheroes fighting superheroes. The Madness number 2, cover C, Otrakiji, punk rock homage.
To the Cramps.
I've never seen that cover.
Well, which is crazy too. There was a band called The Madness. Why not use The Madness?
That would have made more sense.
I mean, I don't know what the interiors look like. I'm assuming that character kind of looks like the character that like the Cramps used. But I mean, y'all probably know the Cramps music now because it's uh the song that Wednesday danced to. That's the band, the Cramps.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Wednesday yet.
yeah, but you haven't seen any of those viral videos of her like doing the dance.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, I haven't seen that
Uh,
yet either.
Mm.
The only thing I know I've seen was the titty cover, but that's me. That's how I
Or I
roll.
mean, you haven't heard the music that the like where she's doing the dance. I mean, because that was trending for quite a while, like after the show released, right?
You know what? I actually, for some reason, the Wednesday thing is the one pop culture fad or phenomena I have not gotten, hip to yet.
All right. So for some of the incentives, we got Creepshow Volume 2 has a 1 in 10 for Skinner. Saint Seiya Knights of Zodiac, Time Odyssey number 2, 1 in 30. The title that nobody's reading that they decided they wanted to have a an
1 in
incentive.
30 incentive for.
Uh-huh. Madness number 2, 1 in 15, BMW John Giordano. Negaduck has a whole bunch of incentives that I'm not going to freaking, because I don't feel like I keep saying Negaduck.
Mega duck, mega duck, mega duck, mega duck.
And then
mega duck.
they had that one where it's the It's Always Sunny homage, the Pepe Sylvia.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's the one where he's standing in front of the whiteboard or whatever with all the notes on the background. Yeah, that one.
Nice.
So yeah, so it's just referring to a It's Always Sunny or whatever. What's up, T Jones?
That terrible Dark X-Men number 2, 1 in 100 is a 1 in 100 apparently.
You need to get off the bed, bud?
Oh, that's a 1 in 100.
Uh-huh.
You hurt yourself one day, buddy.
That Peach Momoko freaking what's the name of that freaking duck?
Howard.
Howard is a 1 in 50.
Okay.
Is it going to be a virgin that's a 1 in 50 of it, or is it? I
Yeah.
assume. Okay.
Yes.
Howard the Duck, the movie needs more love.
Here's your General Grievous Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 38, 1 in 25.
Okay.
That looks pretty dope, actually. I mean, I like Grievous as a character.
Strange Academy Moon Knight, 1 in 25.
So does Strange Academy just have a crossover of like every character now to see which
Guess
one,
so, man.
just to see
I
like
guess
where they fit in the
well,
best.
yeah. I mean, they had one with Miles.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can only imagine what the next character is after Moon
Was
Knight.
the one with Miles any good? Because I didn't read that yet.
It is what it is. It was like, there was a new character in it, and well, it was a new villain, and now nobody cares about it. Dark X-Men number 2, 1 in 25 by Pablo Villalobos.
Nice, Lobos.
As you can see, there's a whole bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Street Fighter stuff, 50s. Here's your Predator versus Wolverine number 1, 1 in 25 by Alex Maleev. Rare Flavors has a 1 in 25.
David Mack cover.
Yeah.
Dang.
One in Superman Lost number 6 has a 1 in 25 by Gary Frank. I don't know why there's 2 Supermans. Has anybody been reading Superman lately?
That's a negative for me.
Batman Incorporated number 12, 1 in 25 by Stephen Segovia. And San Julian Queen has a bunch of covers that the art has not been released yet. I do like, however, like this 1 in 5 copy of Baldo movie. It's a homage to Kill Bill.
Yep.
Sweet.
Even though I do enjoy her having six abs, the teeth in the malformed mouth is a little too much for me, man. A little too much. And then to close us out, we're going to take a look at some of the new releases.
Oh, that's coming up this Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
You tell Aaron's dog is all behaved. You're being bad. Why can't you be like Aaron's dog? Huh?
Finally calmed down. My dog finally calmed down, which is kind of strange. I think he's ready for his walk. Is what it is.
You know, she was climbing all over furniture and computer desks and.
All right, here we go. There's the Adams Family Body Issues 1 of 10 by Forrest. The one that seems to be sold out is the Amazing Spider-Man number 300 facsimile foil.
Ooh, a foil ASM 300. Oh boy.
Wow.
I don't quite know what's going on with this one, Amazing Spider-Man number 32. However, I do know in number 31, which was a huge freaking monster, because that's why it was like $9.99. I think it was like 88 pages.
Oh,
in
wow.
one of the stories, Craven the Hunter and Red Goblin, is that her name? Queen Goblin,
Man.
Queen Red Goblin, they sleep together.
Yep.
So maybe
nice.
something going on in here.
Right, puppy?
Sold out is Amazing Spider-Man number 32, 1 in 100. So look to check the prices on that one.
Yep.
Sold out. Actually, not necessarily sold out, but there's also a 1 in 50 Torque homage. That's a homage to that GameStop cover.
The Z cover, right?
Yeah.
Where he's Spider-Man's coming out of the grave.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, doesn't look. It looks okay, but they probably could have went a little bit crazier with that one.
Yeah, they could have. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not the best. I think I pre-ordered that from somewhere. They probably had it at another ratio.
Sold out is the Paris Noto Disney 100. I'm not talking about the version. I'm talking about the regular cover. Is sold out right now.
The regular cover. So
what Disney 100 is that one?
It's the Spider-Gwen duck.
All right, okay, that's Daisy Duck and Spider-Gwen.
And it's a Greg Land homage to Edge of Spider-Verse too.
Dear Marvel, can we end the Disney 100s already, please? There's way too many.
They're gonna ride. Nope, they're gonna ride that bitch out.
No, they need to see. Greg Land needs to stop doing this.
Well, that too, but
because this is like the 100th cover, like
it's gotta be more than that, man. I think this is the only pose he knows how to do anymore. And even the awesome self dog agrees, right, buddy? You agree? You agree? You're gonna extra free.
Okay. Sold out as well right now as Battle Chasers number 12, the cover D art germ.
Nice.
And then there's also going to be a cover E by Rake. Sold out. Centerfold is all, like center mass is definitely all in front of me hanging out. Yeah. Also, Derek Chu also has a Battle Chase cover. Sold out.
Nice.
So Battle Chasers seems to actually be doing pretty well this year. Let's see, there's Big Game number 2 is coming out. Black Panther is also coming out. It's got a 1 in 25 Salvador La Roca cover.
Nice.
I don't know what it is, but there's this Blade Runner 2039 number 6. It's just cover. It's just got a couple of taxes on there, but you know what? I actually kind of like it. And I guess I'm not the only one because right now the inventory is kind of low, so people are getting into it and buying it. There's Berserker Poetry of Madness number 1. There's a second print that's coming out. Stephen Croce. Captain America finale, number 1/50 by Greg Land.
Meh.
Sold out is the Cocaine Kaiju sketchbook 8-ball pack.
Does that surprise you though?
Yes, because there's no actual like
Comic. It's just
stuff
a
in there.
notebook.
It's just a notebook.
It's a notebook and a cover.
They should have sold a poster. If you would have sold a poster, shit.
I mean, you don't want to be the cool kid at school with a cocaine kaiju notebook.
No, no, you don't. You know, that's the last thing my black ass already needs, man. Cross Batlands Family Torture Back Set. Adam on the cover of this issue number 20 for Cross Badlands is a little girl who has 2 knives, bloody knives. Okay. She is covered in blood, and she is on top of her mother, who apparently she just cut her neck.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw that scene in Kill Bill.
I think I've seen that on the Discovery Channel a few times.
What type of Discovery Channel you were watching, man?
Discovery ID, whatever the murder porn channel is.
Jeez.
The one with all the reenactment bullshit that every housewife in America watches.
Scratch and sniff on the kaiju cocaine. That's funny.
That would definitely be a way to boost sales. Duchesne Smile, one shot, cover B by Lois Ramos.
The face looks like it's from The Purge, right? With the smiley and the X's over the eyes.
Or that no, actually,
and then
there's this movie called Smile, which is
okay.
It's wonky. It's the mechanism in it is definitely wonky. It's not clear the way it's supposed to run, but you know what? If it can works, and I hope they do more with it.
But it's also that Joker Batgirl pose too. That
the cover the infamous Batgirl Joker pose.
Yep.
Yeah, the one that never got published or whatever, and people keep on bootlegging it.
The one that all the woke motherfuckers said, "No, we can't have it."
So Duchesne Smile one shot sold out. Dwellings number one, cover A second print. Sold out.
Yep.
Oh wow. Yeah, I knew that book was doing pretty well. But it was weird for that book that like Penguin Random House released their copies first, and then Diamond delayed it for a week or whatever.
Mm-hmm. There's a book by Blood Moon Comics. It's called Gunbreed number 1, written by Angel Fuentes. The cover A that I'm looking at right now is cover A by Hernan Gonzalez and Juan Gutierrez. It's a Skeletor-looking cowboy with a crow in the background. It's called Law of the Undead. Sold out. A bunch of Gargoyle books coming out. There's a cover D for that Gunbreed as well, but it's in black and white. Sold out.
That looks badass.
Ice Cream Man is still going.
I need to catch up on that. I mean, like, I still have the issues.
Yeah, I still don't understand how it has not been an option with all the other bullshit that was out there. That one never got an option.
I mean, that would have made sense to make an option for it because of like so many people like the Twilight Zone, Black Mirror. Like
no, because we gotta have the 7th or 8th season of American Horror Stories.
Yeah, I much rather see some sort of adaptation of Ice Cream Man because like it's not until like issue 25 that they connect all the issues together. Like it's all just like independent stories that are happening throughout that world or universe or whatever. But,
I mean, it's just a shame that the one time they did have something going, it just got shit canned.
well, it's like one of those things like where you watch the Twilight Zone and then later find out like, oh, all the stories are actually connected.
Jean Grey 1/100 by Perez. Here's also 1/50 by Derek Chu.
There's also a
More
Miss
Miss
Minutes
Minutes
cover.
goodness. So King Spawn, King Kong is coming out. I don't know who asked for King Kong comic books, but all right.
Is his anniversary's not coming up? I'm just joking.
Marvel Unleashed #1, 1 in 25 by Adam Kubert. It's got a bunch of the animals on there. They include the Flurkin.
Ooh, nice lockjaw too.
Sweet.
Somebody needs to call Trish because we got a Marvel Unleashed #1 by this young lady's name is Chrissy Zulu, and she's stealing her style. You got
What's
Miss
up with
Minutes.
it?
Yeah, you got Miss Minutes walking these two dogs that are very closely looking like, looks like a Disney animation. Right.
Yeah,
Some
Lucas,
bullshit.
did you get your copies of the Inya for next week?
Enya?
Yeah, for the Miss Minutes cover you just showed.
I don't think I ordered any.
Really?
Yeah, I can
Some
still.
of mine
I mean,
came in damaged. That's why I was asking.
you said which cover? The Chrissy Zulu?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
No,
copies I got from Penguin I had to return because they were damaged.
no, I didn't. I didn't get any. I can order some though. Um. All right, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 111. There's a 1 in 10. That's the zombie Power Ranger. And I knew it. I fucking knew it. The cover B of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 111, the one that has color, sold out.
Oh wow! Is that the issue that's starting the new storyline?
I have no idea. Moon Knight City of the Dead number 2, 1 in 10, design variant. And then there's Moon Knight City of the Dead number 2. There's a rose beige with Moon Knight looking kind of chibi. And then there's also 1 in 100 that's out there. Scout Comics has Playthings, Scout Legacy. It's with the creepy doll sitting in the corner, and there's a knife. Bloody knife. Wow. And there's a Realm of X. Realm of X number 1, 1 in 100, Chris Bachalo with Magic.
I like this cover, and I don't like this cover. But I bought one anyways.
Which one, 1 in 100 or the 1 in 25?
One in. I think it's 125.
Alright. It's only Aaron's dog in the TV. Don't worry.
Here's your Spider-Man number 10, second print. I think that's the one where he bites the shit out of Electro.
Yep.
They're saying that the stock on that one is kind of low. There's some Doc Afra coming out. There's your Star Wars Mandalorian number 2, number 1, second print by Ian Just.
Don't shake. Don't shake, little guy. Sorry for the distraction this week.
Some Turtle Stranger Things. Tomorrow Girl, Vampirella. None of it looks too exciting. Venom number 24, 1 in 25 by Sung Hong Yoon. Looks like Doctor Doom getting taken over by the Venom symbiote. There's also a Ryan Stegman cover. Some Victory. Some Victory cosplay. Marvel PRH X-Force number 43. So
Someone's asking us, is the show still going from last night?
Hey,
Back in the day, we
back in the day, we would have been.
Yeah, we could say yes.
Yeah, I
Back
remember.
in season 1, maybe?
Yeah, well, there was a Comic Crusaders, but we did a 24-hour show.
Well,
But
yeah,
that's
where we had Drunken Chat like right on beforehand or something like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was like one of my first few shows. A handful, like remember jumping on like at 3 in the morning. Like someone had messaged me like, "Can you jump on now and stay up until like 7 in the morning your time?" I'm like, sure. I was like, I'm gonna be up anyways. I don't see why not.
Last one I'm going to talk about is X Force number 43 is the Raza. It's okay. Doesn't have that Raza type feel, but it's still
It's
Raza.
dec-
It's still great.
It's decent, so I'm sure it'll do decent also because it's a Rasa cover.
But that is it, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Saturday night. Didn't mean to go so long. I wanted to actually get off earlier. Got to let the main man Aaron go so he can freaking get ready for the other podcast that he's going to freaking do. Once again,
Comic Mayhem with comic book drama. Running wild.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be interesting tonight to see what kind of drama unfolds, right?
all right. Once again, everybody, thank you for stopping by. Peace.
For each man in his time, his pain, until he walks along the beach and sees his future in the water, along like all within his reach.
Sometimes men take matters into their own hands. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
As you guys know, it is Drunken Chat, son.
All right, thanks guys for jumping on, man. I know it's kind of last minute, man, but
Yeah, no worries.
No, not a problem. Like I said, I apologize for the distraction. I'm the only human in the house alone with the dog this week.
I can barely hear it, man.
I'm really freaking out right now.
No, those are my dogs barking.
No. I wish this dog would bark because at least I would know it was still alive.
So they're probably humping the shit out of your fucking pillows back there.
No, don't wish that on me, please. Because my dog she has done it before.
Yeah, we know. We got the videotape
saw-
of it.
Yeah, it happened on the Drunken Chat show one day.
Okay,
That's why we told you to watch
that
your
was
sheets,
when
man.
she was raping the pills, not shitting on them.
All right.
Thank
I
you
gotta
guys.
see what the
Love you
wife
guys.
wants.
I'm gonna dip out so I can go walk my dogs before calm them down before Modern Comic Mayhem. Oh, what do you think about the Wander Franco situation?
That shit is wild.
Yeah,
Because first it was just one, but now they're talking about multiple.
yeah, but
Like,
the crazy part is like the first one that was reporting it,
Wait, there's
like
more
everyone
than
was
two?
reporting saying that she was 14, but she's actually 18, which that's the wild part. The first
one.
Wasn't
So she's
he
actually
17 when she was 14?
Yeah, so what it was when he was 18, he met her like when she was like 13 or 14 or whatever, and then when he went on to being professional 4 years later, because he's 22 now, right? She's 18 now and making complaints. But then like the second girl, I don't know too much more about the second girl, but I heard she is a minor.
So there's only two. There hasn't been any more since them.
I mean, I don't know, but the court of public opinion is gonna fucking kill his cards no matter what. Anyways, I mean, it's already tanked his cards.
It's gonna tank his whole career.
Yeah, I mean, he's banned from playing baseball right now. I think is what they're ruling. Yeah.
Holy shit!
They're now trying to have a Catholic Church
Who
situation on their
do
hands.
you think he was? Babe Ruth? Elvis?
I mean, he only has like 700 rookie cards, so
Yeah, I feel sorry for anybody that heavily invested in him.
I mean, I'm not heavily invested, but I have a handful.
Just a handful.
Just a handful.
I think I only deal with Star Wars and Garbage Pail Kids cards.
So I mean, I think I only have 7 graded, but I'm sure I have a bunch raw. That.
Yeah. All right, guys, I gotta go.
What did that one dude say? The Andy and Quat, Two Tone and Quat.
Yeah, remember when we said happy birthday?
Yeah.
Nick Gurr.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So,
Excuse me, Lucas.
what's up?
Just want to know: are you able to order the Funko trading cards?
The Funko trading cards?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can get those off of the Target website.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
How about the USQ Kevin Smith garbage pail kids?
I'm pretty sure I can get some type of garbage pail kids, but I would have to look through the diamond. Hey, just send me an email with
I'll
what
send you an
exactly you
email
need.
tomorrow because I may want to try to get a couple copies of something that got damaged from me.
Okay,
All right.
sounds
All
good.
right.
Man.
Love you
Y'all,
guys.
y'all take it easy.
You too.
Yep.
Out.
Bye bye, Aaron's dogs.